let's get your guys' initial reaction. Then we're going to get into spoilers. So, Chris, we'll give you the floor first. What's your initial reaction to the film?
Exactly, and I have a question to lead with here. The early reviews when the movie premiered to the select public, by public I mean select media, they all praised it. It was the best Marvel movie since the previous Marvel movie, and it was even better than that, than the one before that. It was a proper triumph again.
Right?
Did they lie to us again, or was this really the triumph they claimed?
I don't know if they lied, but they must have been swayed by attending the world premiere, going to the party, and receiving a gift bag. I just think that those reviews clearly are not to be trusted. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes right now, the reviews that are being honest and not overpraising are more accurate, I would say. And I would put this, before we get into like sort of bullet points of some of the reasons why. I mean, it's insufferably 2 hours and 40 minutes long, doesn't nearly even earn that running time. It's a movie that's built around Shuri is your lead character, but it's really the side characters of it. Now we have proof. The side characters in the original Black Panther, they can't carry a movie. They can't.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they took it down already?
They took it down already.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. So they can't carry a movie. I would put this among the worst Marvel films, if not the worst, just because of the expectations. There are decisions that were made about the story. I mean, we can launch right into spoilers if that's okay.
Yeah, we can do that. First, I just want to say one thing about the running time. You know how I saw this movie? I will say this. I agree with you completely. This is among the rock bottom of Marvel movies.
Wow.
This is a disaster. I made the prediction that black men, the ones who drove the previous movie, there's nothing for them in this movie here.
No,
nothing at all. Any black man listening, there's no reason for you to watch this movie here. This movie is for the black ladies who don't need no man who raises their own kids with their mother. That's who this movie is for. And that's what's kind of celebrated here. That's one thing. And I would put this just barely above Eternals.
Oh,
barely above Eternals. And also about the running time. This is what I just before I let you go wild with everything else here. Before the running time, I don't see this as a movie. You know what I see this as? This is a 6-episode Disney Plus series truncated into a movie because it was so episodic and so disjarred. There's like no clear narrative. You have an episode, all sliced together. That's how I see this.
That's what it felt like, Andre. I think that's an accurate description. It's just
this should have been a Disney Plus series. It's like ironic. The Disney Plus series should have been movies, and this movie right here needed to be a 6-episode Disney Plus series.
Yeah, it was. I mean, first of all, let's start with. I feel bad for young boys that are fans of Black Panther because it unceremoniously in the beginning of the movie, they just basically announce to you that T'Challa, Black Panther, is dead through some mysterious disease as Shuri is trying to figure it out, and he just dies. And I'm thinking to myself, they did not need to do this. They could have told a Black Panther story because Chadwick Boseman is not Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman is an actor who died, and it clearly affected, and it's tragic, okay? And it clearly affected everyone involved in the film. Having said that, you owe it to Chadwick to continue the character he created and have another actor step into the role. They should have done that. That decision destroyed any hope of this film being a success. I think it's going to be traumatizing for kids. I think the running time, no family is going to go and spend the money. And look, with trailers, because AMC famously shows 20 minutes of trailers before Nicole Kidman sits down, you're looking at a 3-hour experience. I can't see families going to see this. I can't see it getting any repeat business, meaning when you see it, you're going to see it once. Okay. Just once. That's weird. So
it's back up, but they don't have any audience score whatsoever.
Weird.
That audience score is going to be awful.
They're going to fortify it.
So just that decision destroyed this movie. Even if they were planning on, like, sure, he's going to be Black Panther, that's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. And the movie does have its moments. You have to give it that. The movie has its moments. Winston Duke as M'Baku, he's great when he's on screen. He's on screen for 10 minutes, maybe. Michael B. Jordan has one scene. That's not a surprise, as Killmonger. And it's great. You realize, like, wow, that first movie had a lot of male energy. They should have kept that. This doesn't work at all as a film. And there are moments that are unbelievably embarrassing. I mean, I'm going to talk about it more on the Film Threat live stream, which is after you guys are done later this afternoon. But let's just say, because you don't care about spoilers.
Sure. Keep the good parts for your own fucking show.
Yeah, exactly. She becomes Black Panther. Okay, that's not a surprise. We all know that. But she basically gets Reva'd. She gets stabbed with a spear in the torso, and she's fine. It is the most ridiculous. Andre, did that bother you?
Yeah, it was completely. You mean when she was stabbed?
Yeah.
And she just healed right away, like it was nothing.
I mean,
I was like thinking, whoa, her armor is real. Because what happens towards the end there, she actually gets stabbed right through the armor. So she gets like this huge pole, pun intended, driven straight through her. And she just takes it out as if it's nothing. And then her nano suit heals itself. And I'm like thinking, that's really impressive of that suit to instantly go inside her body and heal her body as well. Because it must have done that, because she should be dead.
Why didn't it say Black Panther then?
But I guess that she must have had some kind of internal plot armor.
Right. It's just, I'm really annoyed that it's like, okay, if it gets mixed reviews, fine. You know, there's going to be some people that I can't see anybody liking it. And I saw it with a group of critics that it was a tepid response. People there were like a few people that tried to clap at the end, but everybody just walked out sort of defeated. And like, what did we just see? And why was the decision made to do this? Why was the decision made to basically kill the character? You killed a character. They, in my opinion, with this movie, have destroyed the franchise. You need to have a franchise. You need all you need is, it's proven history, 2 good movies to make a franchise: Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, right? Alien and Aliens. You can argue the diminishing returns of all those franchises. Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. At the time, I didn't love Return of the Jedi. I've come to appreciate it more. That's a separate conversation. But what I'm saying is, to build a franchise, you need 2 good films, and this one is a colossal disappointment. And the first movie was overpraised as well, but it had a lot going for it. I mean, Chadwick Boseman made that character. You know, other great supporting roles, both male and female, and the world building, the sort of Afrofuturism of Wakanda itself. Wakanda in this movie, I don't know, everything from the costumes to the production design of the landscapes and the everything. Just the first half of the movie is just dark, and by dark I just mean it's like shot at night and not well lit and looks like shit. Looks terrible. And then when you get to Wakanda, it's part theme park and resort. It doesn't. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Andre?
No, you're not wrong at all. You are entirely right about everything here. And I have a question for you, because I think it's all important that everyone hears it.
Yeah.
Chris, I want you to think really carefully now. How many men in this movie with a speaking part was portrayed in a remotely positive light?
I don't know, like none. I mean, maybe
exactly none, because I didn't count. Not one.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
How does someone get away with not having executive oversight with regards to even something as simple as the length of the final length of the movie. Forget about the script and everything else.
That's what my thought is. If I was Disney, I'd say, look, this is a 2-hour movie. Make it a 2-hour movie.
Right.
To cut some plot threads or clip stuff out, and it could easily have been 2 hours. There's no justification for the 2-hour, 40-minute running time other than trying to get to an Oscar running time. You know, movies that are important and matter are long.
I didn't realize that.
Well, but you know, when you look at like Oscar epic,
Yeah.
the ones that get recognition, they're always those movies. The running times are, you know, long. Okay. Yeah. In some cases, those are justified. In a lot of cases, actually, it's justified to have a longer running time.
Spoiler alert: the Titanic sinks.
Exactly. But wow, was this just? And this just makes me look at the people who were, you know, with their positive reviews. It's almost like, is that a requirement now to go to one of these world premieres now, invited by Disney? You have to write something positive, you know, like it's
probably.
How could anyone have seen that film and thought this is a mess? And it's audiences are gonna hate it once the honest reviews start to get promoted. Once audiences on Thursday start talking about it on Friday, you're gonna see. I can't see this movie. This movie will definitely do worse, I think, than Thor and Doctor Strange 2.
Hell yeah.
In the long run, only because of the running time and the fact that it's not going to get repeat business. People aren't going to go see it again for what it's just. And even the action sequences are such a mess. Like, I felt like this movie was just amateurishly made by, I can't believe it was the same guy who made the first movie, Ryan Coogler.
Oh, he dropped the ball so badly.
But where's the oversight? I don't get it. Where's the executive that walks into the room and says 2 hours, bye?
You don't have that anywhere but Warner Brothers.
You have Victoria Alonso now, and she just wants the message, and there's plenty of that in there. And also,
her interviews
you mentioned box office. Actually, courtesy of our good friend Cultured Casino, I have some estimates here. This is from Deadline, and what they're saying is they're judging from advanced ticket sales, and the advanced ticket sales are 20% behind Doctor Strange 2. But they're better than Thor: Love and Thunder, which tells me that it's going to do worse than both of those movies by the time word of mouth hits, because this word of mouth is going to be awful. Black men are going to hate this. The Latino audience, I think, are going to hate it too.